guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lexi and today we're doing another pick a card. Today's pick a card is a relationship reading. The one I did the Valentine's weeks got age restricted. YouTube's been very odd with obviously some of the images on the tarot cards recently, and have been restricting videos left and right, so I felt the need to kind of like revisit the topic of the video that was restricted and kind of like redo, because I know a lot of you guys weren't able to watch that one. So I thought I would do another one because YouTube is not going to stop the love. So I have 4 crystals for you guys to choose from, and we're just going to be, like I like to do with love readings, we're just going to kind of let spirit lead the way. I aim to look at the dynamics of your next relationship and how it may come in and anything that comes up. I do also have cards to represent the personality of the person that you'll next be in a relationship with, just so we can go that a little bit deeper as well. But yeah, let's get in and see what comes through. So pile number 1, you have the blue kyanite. Pile number 2, you have this happiness stone crystal, glittery blue stone. Pile number 3, you have the pink amethyst geode. And pile number 4, I'm not sure the name of this crystal. Part of me wants to say it's peach aventurine. I may be wrong. If any of you know which crystal this may be, or if I may be right, let me know. But this is my pile number 4. So see which crystal you were drawn to. The timestamps are going to be in the description box as usual, and I will see you guys at your timestamp. Hey pile 1, welcome to your reading. So we are taking a look at your next relationship. So we're going to be taking a look at your relationship dynamics, anything that spirit feel needs to come through, and then we will take a look at your person's personality traits, characteristics, and then I'll have an oracle card to come through for you guys as well. I don't know if you guys are either from the same neck of the woods from me, so you may be from Wales, or it could be that some of you guys have Welsh ancestry. It doesn't have to be. It's just because I kept having spirit speaking to me in Welsh when I was opening up to you guys' energy, and I kept hearing Melin, which means yellow, and then I was literally being shown a field of daffodils, which is the flower of Wales. So I was like, okay, that's interesting. At first I was thought you on about me, but I could feel it collectively all coming in. So I don't know if your person's gonna be Welsh. I don't know if you have Welsh ancestry, but that's something that came through. With them saying Melin, which is yellow, I feel like they were referring to the solar plexus, meaning that when your person does come in, I feel like they are going to, well, you guys are going to be in a state of empowerment in your lives. Like, I keep seeing you, before you enter the pathway of this person coming in, I see you guys, the only way I can describe it is kind of like fuel. I see you guys fueling yourself up, and I guess you could call it an alchemization, because it's kind of like fire. So it's like I'm burning anything to the ground that doesn't serve me, any feelings of inadequacy, any feelings that, you know, anybody around me that disempowered me. It's almost like I'm burning it to the ground, and I'm using maybe the frustration or maybe even the anger. And anger isn't a bad emotion. It can help us really make a change and make a shift. And it's like I'm allowing the anger or the frustration or the stagnancy to create what is a tower moment to have me rise from the ashes. And it's almost like I'm leading myself into a state of empowerment, which is basically a phoenix moment. I see a really big shift, and I see you guys, I wouldn't say like running forward in the sense of like stepping really strongly into your masculine energy and like pushing forward. I don't necessarily see it so much as that. It's more so giving yourself all that you deserve, as well as making significant changes in your life that will empower you. And I think that vibration that you step into, that vibration that you guys will be in, that is where your person then starts to make their way in. That's the vibration they come into, because Sorry guys, I just had the strongest ringing in my ears that I've had in a really long time, and it just felt like a wave of energy just like kind of like came through. So I do want to say, for a lot of you guys, especially me entering into the phase that I was just saying, I see you, I was about to say before that ringing came in that you guys will be stepping into a very strong divine feminine energy. So I feel like there may be certain psychic gifts that may start to break. You may even be very, very aware when your person is about to come in psychically, especially with you guys choosing the blue kyanite. I see the third eye, and I again, my ears feel really, really sensitive, so I feel like clairaudience may break for some of you guys. All of the clairs necessarily, because I am being taken to the third eye. It's almost like I can see timelines in front of me, so I feel like you guys specifically are going to have really strong indicators that your person's about to come in, because you're really aligning with that frequency, aligning with that timeline, and for that to really hit me as I stepped into that frequency, it's quite interesting how strong that came through. So I do think you're going to be making a very big shift when this person comes in to your life, but I see a strong divine feminine energy in the sense of you guys nurturing that, because it's like you're not looking for your person and you, both of you and your person aren't looking for anyone. You're not looking for your person, either of you. You literally are just on your own paths, and you both just gravitate towards each other. No one's looking outside of themselves, and no one's looking for empowerment in somebody else. No one's looking for that in somebody else. It's like, I'm empowering myself, they're empowering themselves, and we just move towards each other magnetically, and that's how energetically you reach that same frequency. I do think there's a strong psychic link with you guys and your person, pile number one, because I could really feel that energy shift when I tapped in. Pile number one, how are my pile number ones going to meet that person? What can you tell me about pile number one's next relationship? How is it going to go? Pile number one, please, spirit guides. Pile number one. Yeah, we have the Eight of Cups. Walking away from emotional dissatisfaction, walking away from you know, some of you guys may have felt like you were waiting in limbo for somebody to come back. Maybe you were waiting in limbo for somebody to apologize. There's something about taking life into your own hands. I'm hearing Meredith from Brave, and she's like, I'm fighting for my own hand, like in a little Irish accent. Like, that's what I'm picking up. I see you guys just really I don't know what it is. It's almost like I was waiting for something to come to me, or maybe I was waiting for the end of a shadow period, or I was waiting for something to maybe come in and save me, and if that doesn't resonate, that's fine, but it's almost like I'm waiting for something but nothing's coming, so I'm just going to go out and get what I want, sort of thing. That's what drives this person in. We have the Queen of Wands as well. Let me just... Queen of Wands. I see you being very physically active in this phase. I don't know if you're going to be actually physically traveling. You could be physically working a lot. You could be in a job where your body is used a lot. It could also be that you guys would be in the gym, or really nurturing and taking care of your physical body, because that's a strong reference of a lot of movement. You could be moving house. There's just a lot going on in your physical world when this person comes in. You're making a lot of moves in the physical. Pile number... It's almost like you would have created a clean slate energetically, and then it starts to mirror in the physical. So you could have gone through a period of healing, shadow work, internal work for a little while. You could have been through a moment of grieving, or just taking a step back and nurturing yourself. And then it's almost like, right, physically now things are being moved. I see changes to the home. I see you guys moving house maybe. You guys could be coming into maybe a level of money, or you could like get a car. Again, it's like buying a new house, making a big change, but it's like a life change, or just putting things into concrete. Things are starting to show in the physical that have already been turned into concrete internally, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. Like, you've already internally laid the foundations for the physical foundations to go on top of that. We have the Knight of Swords. One more card, please, for it, guys. Pile number one, please, for it, guys. Pile number one's next relationship. What can you tell me about pile number one's next relationship? You have the King of Swords as well. We have the Emperor at the back of the deck. Yeah, some of you guys, I'm hearing Bodak Yellow, Cardi B songs, so some of you guys may be making money moves. Some of you guys may be really expanding in your career. You may find that your career is at a hot spot at that particular point. Like, you could be getting a promotion. I'm being shown a diploma as well, so some of you guys may be getting a diploma. Things are happening quite, it looks like it, but not really. It looks like things are happening really fast in your physical world, but it's been a long time coming. They were already manifesting for some time internally. You were clearing out the clutter for it to come in. So from the outside looking in, it looks like a whirlwind of change, and like you've just bloomed really quickly. Like the flowers just boom, it's bloomed. However, internally it's been going on for some time. So when this person comes in, you're going to look very abundant. You're going to appear that way from the outside. You're going to look like you have maybe a certain amount of money, or you're just out of nowhere just super happy and glowing, because I'm hearing the word glowing. You know, you could be, it could look from the outside like you look like a really, really lucky person, but I can see that it's not that. You would have really created room. I'm being shown somebody like, you know, in Step Brothers, and they like clean the room, and it's like there's so much room for activities. Like, that's what I'm being shown internally for all of that newness to come in. I do think that your person is also a representation of a physical shift and a physical change in your life at that time. It's almost like the tide just seems like all of a sudden it's just flowing in, even though it's been taking its time. We weren't paying attention, so now it's like all coming in. That's what I'm being shown. When your person comes in, there's a barrier that's going to be broken energetically for you guys, because I feel like a lot of connections some of you guys have been in, it's almost like life's had to halt for them. So maybe in the past you were drawing broken birds, or you'd draw in people that felt a little bit like a distraction. They'd almost take you out of your energy. You almost felt like you had to overgive and really pour into them, and then sometimes maybe neglect yourself. And I do feel like the healing that you would have been doing would have you looking at love in a different way. However, there's almost this feeling when this person comes in at first of, I don't want anyone distracting me. I don't want anyone taking my eye off the prize. I don't want anyone changing the way my life is set up. I don't want anyone getting in the way of me, you know, making this money, or getting that diploma, or getting that house, or getting that car, getting X, Y, and Z. I don't want anyone distracting me from my purpose. And I think this is where you're going to go through a little bit of a breakdown to go through a breakthrough, because this person coming in, they're not going to take you away from the life that you're building. They're going to add to it. So if you're waking up early and going to the gym in the morning, they're also either going to accompany you, but they're not going to take you away from that. You know what I mean? Or if you're somebody that's a heavy worker, they're also going to be a heavy worker. So they're going to balance you out, and they're going to add to your life. The whole point about relationships is you add to each other's life, and you balance each other out. You don't take away. Whereas I feel like a lot of your earlier connections, you may have felt like you had to take a piece of yourself and give it to that person, whereas that's not going to happen in this connection. And it's going to take you a minute to really understand that, because I do see you trying to keep people at arm's length. Even I do see a little bit like friendships as well, trying to keep things at arm's length so that things don't change, things don't shift, because it's like, I've got my eye on the prize. I can't let anyone take me out of this. But this person that's coming in is coming to add to your life. They're coming to bring maybe expertise. They're coming to balance your life out and add another layer on top of it, the same way that you would do for them. And I feel like that's a breakthrough that you guys are going to have to go through, because I do see that you are coming through as a little bit of a powerhouse when this person comes in. What you're going to realize is your person is also a powerhouse. I see two people very dedicated to self and very dedicated to building something. I feel like, I don't know if you have a lot of Saturn influence in your chart, your person may. If not, I just see like a lot of earth either with you guys or your person. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, it's almost like you both have your eye on building something up. So it's like I'm being shown one person building one tower, one person building another tower, and then it's like you're creating a bridge to put both towers together to make an even bigger tower, if that makes sense. And I think that some of you guys may even work with your person, or you may go into some sort of business together or investing together. That's another thing that I'm being shown. There's a lot of like, what's mine is yours, let's put our heads together and create something else. It could also be towards healing as well. You could have done a lot of healing. Your person could have done a lot of healing. So it's like you're bringing in new, it's almost like I'm looking at descendants, and I'm like, when I say descendants, I mean children, and it's like I've cleared an amount of like a certain amount of DNA. You have, we're bringing in, I feel like you both are quite connected to spirit, because it's almost like we're bringing in a new perspective, we're bringing in a higher level of consciousness, and it's almost like it's zapping together to create something new. So that could be a project, but that could also be a child. Some of you, I almost feel like for some of you guys, the person that you're next in a relationship with, and this is for those of you that want children, if you don't, you can overwrite that, because it could be like a career being birthed, or some sort of humanitarian work being birthed. But I'm almost being shown that bridge and that link, it's more powerful than maybe both of you realize. I feel like it starts off like, yeah, we go into business with this, or yeah, we can link up and, you know, power couple, or we could link up and build something really good for ourselves because we deserve it. But I don't think you're realizing energetically, whether it's a project that's birthed or it's a literal child that ends up being birthed, it was meant to happen. It was meant to align that way. You were meant to meet each other to bring, whether it's the career, whether it's the project, or whether it's a child in. Like there's again, it's like psychic link, clearing the vessel already. I'm clearing the vessel, they're clearing the vessel, and then we're bringing it through. So that could relate to, you know, if you've already had kids and you don't want kids, then it would definitely be like a project or some sort of humanitarian work, or just creating a level of abundance in maybe the way that you live as well. Just holding a certain frequency can do so much for Mother Gaia. But for others of you, I do feel like there's a child that's then meant to be birthed. I have to say it because it's coming through. I would say you guys are my spiritual pile, because it's leaning with my years going the way that they did, and then there was like that strong psychic energy, and now I'm being shown like a deeper purpose for you both meeting. I really strongly believe you guys are my psychic pile. Some of you guys may have gone through a really strong awakening before meeting this person. I feel like they would have as well. There's almost like a mirrored energy here. You guys are being represented as the Queen of Wands, whereas your person's being represented as the King of Swords. I feel like sometimes you struggle to find people that are on your wavelength spiritually, or at your level of consciousness, let's put it that way, because that can pertain to anything in any area. And I feel like your person is going to be. I think that at the time you meet though, you're going to be, it's almost like master manifester. Like I'm aligning and manifesting things into the concrete. That's where your energy is going to be going at that point. With the Queen of Wands, it's almost like I'm bringing physical abundance into my life in whatever way that means for you. And I feel like your person, when they align with you guys, I feel like they may be going through some level of ascension. They may be going through a spiritual awakening. I keep being shown Gemini as well, so I don't know if they have a lot of Gemini in their chart. They could be studying something or learning something, because there's something that you do or you're aware of, or something that you have expertise in that your person is gaining knowledge on or aligning with, whereas you guys and the physical shifts that you guys are making and creating those manifestations that have been coming in for some time and turning concrete, your person would have already aced that. So it's like you're both balancing that level out. You're both very, very connected to spirit. I see you both seeing each other coming, because I almost see you trying to duck and dodge it a little bit, like not ready for this. I'm in the middle of, you know, manifesting. I'm being shown the fairy godmother with a wand. Like I'm in the middle of this, and I don't want someone coming in, and then you can energetically feel something coming. Maybe you have certain dreams about it, or you're, you know, just psychically you're becoming aware of this connection, and I feel like then this person kind of shows up and you're like, no, it's like you're trying to bat it away. Sorry guys. I see you guys trying to bat it away a little bit until you realize this person's coming to add to your life. It's not going to be you giving and them taking like before. I want to say before, because like I said, what brings you into the energy is you stepping away from maybe waiting for something to come back and apologize, waiting for somebody to align with your level. It's like, do you know what, F this. It kind of creates this Phoenix moment. But you're both going to be, with the Emperor card being at the back of the deck, building yourselves up in different areas of your life. I feel like you're going to be taking a lot of physical action, and I feel like your person's almost going to be in a little bit of a downloading stage, spiritual upgrade stage. They're going to be in that sort of phase, and that's their path to aligning with you. Your path to aligning with them was that empowerment manifesting in the physical. Their path to aligning with you was that spiritual, you know, evolving on a spiritual level, tapping into the subconscious, because I'm being taken to the 12th house. There's a psychic link, so I don't know if you may have some planets in each other's 12 houses. You don't have to. There is just a psychic link here, strong. Could just be connected to past lives. I do feel like you guys are very strongly connected spiritually. There's like a really strong alignment there. So I want to take a look at that personality and get a bit deeper. So pile number 1's person, please spirit guides, can you tell me anything about pile number 1's person? Pile number 1's next relationship. What is pile number 1's person's personality gonna be like? What is pile number 1's next partner's personality? What are their characteristics going to be? We have the boogeyman. Pile number 1, please spirit guides. Pile number 1's next partner's personality. We have the dream. Pile number 1's next partner's personality traits. We have the world. There's something quite eccentric about them. I'm picking up some Aquarius energy. And we have the 8 of Swords as well. I feel like they would have gone through it a little bit in their life, pile number 1. And I think they would have learned their wisdom through pain. But I think you both have. But I think that you both dealt with it differently. And I'll explain in a second. The back of the deck is Grandpa. I'm picking up some strong Aries energy from your person, pile number 1, because with the Grandpa at the back of the deck, this is the Emperor. So some strong Aries energy coming through, and you also had the Emperor at the back of this deck as well. So that's 2 lots of the Emperor coming through. So there may have a lot of Aries energy. Now, what I'm being told is you and this person both would have been through a lot in your lives, specifically in your, I want to say, adolescent years. I'm being taken to childhood and then teen years. Like I see you both going through a little bit of a tornado. You both would have dealt with it in different ways. I feel like when you went through a lot, you went inward. So you turned that tornado inward and you created this beautiful rebirth within. Maybe you connected to spirit. Maybe you aligned with spirit to help you heal certain wounds. Maybe you, maybe that Phoenix energy and that, you know, energy of alchemization, that Phoenix, that rebirth, maybe it's something you've been through a lot. So maybe you've had to constantly clear, release, grieve, bounce back, clear, release, grieve, bounce back. It's almost like a pattern I'm being shown, which you would have done since childhood without even realizing what you were doing. I think you've constantly been healing. So you would have gone inward in that way, and I think that you would have expanded on your spiritual knowledge, or because like I'm being shown, you guys are very psychic, and you would have leaned into the healing realms in regards to evolving out of your situation, or maybe evolving out of pain. So like I said, you guys would have gone through a specific awakening at one point as well, or a specific shadow period of clearing, maybe an ego death, maybe even a Kundalini awakening. Just a lot of shifts spiritually that have brought you to where you're at to bring you out of a lot of pain that you would have gone through. Your person would have taken a different route. Your person, more in the physical, very fiery, it feels. They would have, and I'm hearing by any means necessary, built something for themselves or created a level of abundance for themselves in the physical to get themselves out of a situation, because we have the devil here, but then we have the star following straight away. So it's like, and look at the little kid dreaming, you know, and the horse is freedom. The horse represents freedom, and the little kid is dreaming of freedom here, literally. So it's like, I feel like your person would have, especially with the boogeyman being in the home, there could have been some dynamics that caused a lot of pain for them in their home, or they could have seen a lot when they were young and gone through a lot. So it's almost like dreaming of freedom, I need to get out of this. So they would have taken the physical route out, and I'm hearing as well powerhouse in the sense of them manifesting. So I feel like they would have found their way out physically, made a life for themselves physically to get away from what it is that would have been going on. Whereas again, you guys went the spiritual route, and that's where you're both, I'm being shown the figure 8 where it comes in together, the infinity symbol, where they can join. You both would have created abundance in both areas, you spiritually, maybe emotionally, them physically. So it's like that alignment then with each other, they would then be opening up spiritually and doing healing and choosing to do that healing while you are choosing to make physical shifts. And that's then where you both align. So you both would have, I'm hearing Jhené Aiko's song Moments, where she sings, both had a past full of sorrow, let's cancel everything tomorrow. The song is Moments with Big Sean. And yeah, that's what I'm being shown. You both align in there, so that you can make your way around the circle. Like, I'm being shown you going half a circle, them going half a circle, and then you can join forces and create the full circle. I hope that makes sense. It's like a yin yang basically, with each other's expertise, kind of, because you're both aligning with that frequency. And I think that with the 8 of Swords in the world, it's almost like they would have had to physically push and level up physically to get themselves out of certain situations to end a specific cycle. And being shown like I'm being shown constantly connected to that inner child and making very big moves, but it's almost like even with them being connected to that inner child, they would have had to level up really young, so grow up really young, but they still held on to that inner child, because I feel like it's what made them make very big leaps and bounds to physically get out of a certain dynamic, to create the physical foundation for the emotional and spiritual healing, whereas you guys created the emotional and spiritual shift and healing to then bring the physical in. It's like a balance that I'm being shown. I think your person's very charismatic. I think that your person's very loyal. I think that your person, I do see them sometimes being a little bit defensive, because I feel like they're very protective of their peace, and I see them being very protective of the people that they love and like the innocence in their life. So I don't know if they already have kids, or maybe they're very passionate about protecting like animals, children, the innocent, it feels, because it's almost like through healing that they heal themselves, the innocent part of themselves. And I'm being told you and this person, that could be mirrored within each other. There's something about animals coming through, because I keep looking at the rabbit here, and obviously we have the horse there as well. There's something about animals. So I don't know if your person works with animals or does something on the side with animals. They could be a vet, they could be I'm trying to think, I don't know why I'm being shown like groomers where they look after animals. They could, I don't know, they could be a farmer, you know, I don't know. It's just like I'm looking after animals. What was it called? Not farmer, like, you know, when you like rescuing animals, that sort of thing. That could be something. Maybe it's something you both do together, I don't know, but that's coming in for some of you guys. Or they could just have a lot of animals and have a love for them. But I see them being very active in their physical body. There's almost a thirst for knowledge, because it's like the more knowledge I have, the more wisdom I have, the more of a key I have, the more equipped I am to deal with something. So that could even be a way of how they maybe got out physically out of situations. It's like the more I know about psychology, the less I'm going to be manipulated. Or the more I know about like business and making moves like that, the more I'm protected and I can create something for myself and I don't have to go back to where I came from. So there's that sort of thing. There's like a quest for knowledge, which is probably where the Gemini energy is coming through. I do think when you meet this person, they're going to pick your brain. They're going to be very interested in the way you look at life. Like I said, there's something you do that they are very aware of and very interested in. So I think, I don't know, because I'm being taken to the spiritual professions and there's so many avenues spiritually that people can walk down. So it's going to be so different for all of you guys. But there's something you would have mastered. There's something that you would be very good at. There's something that you may even have as your job or a side hobby that this person's going to be very interested in. And I think this person, I see this person handing tools to you. Not literally. I don't think they're going to show up in your life and hand you like a spanner and a drill, you know what I mean? Although they could be quite handy like that, I don't know. I'm hearing Bob the Builder. But it's more so they're going to physically hand you tools to, I don't know why I'm hearing equity. I know some of you guys will be selling a house or looking to buy a house. When you meet this person, you could buy a house off them. I just feel like, I don't know if they're going to be financial advisors. There's something financially there they're going to be. It could either be they're very good at it, or it could be that they just have a lot of expertise there and could help you with that. It's almost like you're both handing each other tools. Like, I learned this way. Oh, I learned this way. Okay, let's swap. And because I'm missing this part. Oh, I'm missing this part. Okay, let's swap then. So there's something about that. I see that you both are very sensitive souls, because you feel very deeply, and I feel like when you meet people, both of you, this is both of you, you see them as an extension of yourself. It's not even just like, oh, this person's family, like, no, this person's an extension of me. And I think you treat people as such, and I feel like they do it as well. So there's a lot of nurturing and care being taken between the two of you. Is there anything else you want to bring through before I get the oracle cards, spirit guides? This is going to be a connection of the heart. You're not going to be able to, and this is both of you, you're not going to be able to hide behind anything, in the sense of, I feel like you and this person have had people in your lives that have either wanted healing energy from you, or wanted a certain version of you but not the rest. So it's almost like sometimes when both of you might have been a bit emotionally available when you were going through your experiences, you could have hid behind the part of yourself that you knew people just wanted from you, whereas both of you want to connect with each other's hearts and connect with each other emotionally, so you're not going to be able to hide from that within each other. You're really going to see each other, seeing each other. And do you know what's interesting? I don't necessarily see there's any fears too much coming up, because it's like something slotting in. Like, I'm not saying you're not going to have fears, but I think you're going to be very emotionally equipped to deal with them, that they're not coming up as a block or anything to worry about. It's like I'm being shown fears coming up, and it's almost just like I'm observing them and I'm just letting them flow, because I'm aware that this would happen anyway. It's almost like I've been equipped for it. I think you're both going to have to take leaps, though, to really align with each other beforehand and when you meet. I think that you're going to have to let down your... No, it's the both of you. I think you're both going to have to learn to let down your walls, because you would have had to... I see you both being very protective of self. And I think you're both going to want to take it slow, both of you. And I think you're both going to want to get to know each other and feel each other out, to feel fully safe. And I think that's going to work really well, because I think you're going to really take your time to get to know each other. And I think you're going to become best friends before anything happens, because I see you guys just enjoying each other's company, enjoying getting to know each other, enjoying hearing each other's stories. I think that you both will have a lot. I want to say a lot to talk about, but Spirit's like, they'll have a lot to catch up on. So it's like soulfully, this isn't anyone new, even though physically it is. pile number one's next relationship, please, spirit guides. Pile number one's next relationship. So you have this card, and we have embrace. Through each other, you find the missing pieces. What was I saying? Through each other, you find the missing pieces. And the blue, because it's a psychic connection, the third eye. What was I saying? You guys, it's like the infinity symbol. The infinity symbol may be significant for some of you guys. Through each other, it's like you both have found your way to each other through a specific key, but for you both to unlock new energies to come in, or at least to have aid in the newer energies coming in, you both swap keys. So it's like this person then expands spiritually, emotionally, or maybe with knowledge like you have, and then you guys are going to expand maybe physically through your own empowerment, but then also with knowledge that they've attained. And that's what creates that yin yang, and that's why we have through each other you find the missing pieces. Wow. So pile one, that is what I have for you guys. I really hope that you enjoyed the reading. Hit the thumbs up and comment down below if you did. I'm sending you guys all of my love. I hope you have a beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you guys are watching. And hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. So thank you guys for watching. Pile 2, welcome to your reading. So we are taking a look at your next relationship. So I'm going to start with tarot and just bring through anything spirit feels you need to know, the dynamic, you know, maybe how you meet, anything that needs to flood through. Then we'll be taking a look at your person's characteristics, personality traits, and then we will be pulling your final oracle card to round up the reading. So you guys chose this little happiness stone. Whenever I see that stone, it reminds me of the Happiness song by Alexis Jordan. I don't know why, I just think of her humming every time I see that stone. But yeah, let's get in. So pile number 2, tap me into the collective of my pile number 2s. Pile number 2's next relationship. I don't know why I'm being shown pirates and then I'm being shown the beach. When I first started my channel and I did love readings, I would always be taken to a specific pile that the beach would come up, like shells would come up, the ocean would come up, and I've noticed recently that started coming up again. I'm not sure why, but that's where I'm being taken. I don't know why I'm being shown a pirate, and then I'm being shown like, you know, like fishnets, but like not fishnet tights or anything, like the, you know, sometimes people make an outfit and they want to dress like a mermaid and they'll put like fishnet like stuff over their clothing to give that vibe. I don't know how to explain it, but I'm being shown that for some reason. Hang on, your card just dropped on the floor. Wait, you had 2 that dropped on the floor, but I'm not gonna use them because I feel like that was more so me. So pile number 2, please, spirit guides, tap me into the collective of my pile number 2s. Pile number 2's next relationship. What can you tell me about pile number 2's next relationship? We have the Ace of Wands. What can you tell me about pile number 2's next relationship? Pile number 2's. Some of you guys may work with Aphrodite, or you may find that she comes up around you a lot before you meet your person, because Aphrodite is kind of coming through as well with the, I'm being shown the ocean and then her rising from the sea foam. So she may already work with you, or you may feel called to work with her. She may come to you for you to work with her before this person comes in. Pile number 2, I'm also being told you may work with her, but then she's almost referencing like I can guide or help you. There's a horn outside, which is confirmation. There's almost this feeling of like I can guide and help you maybe aligning with a connection or feeling ready for a connection, or if you feel like you're not ready or you feel like you still are attached to some wounds, there's this reference of like I am here, you can ask for help. If she is someone that you work with, there is a reference of that as well. I'm also hearing Yamaya as well, so there's a reference of, you know, you can call to us, or you can call to me to work with you in matters of the heart. So I feel like you're someone that likes to do things all by yourself. And there's a reference of leaning. It's okay to co-create. Pile number 2. Pile number 2's next relationship. We have the 6 of Pentacles. Lots of strong divine feminine deities around you guys, even ones that I might not have even mentioned. It's quite interesting because I wanted to bring guidance through before the dynamic comes in. I'm gonna have to do it because it's coming in quite strongly. Let me just get one more card. Pile number 2's next relationship. We have the Sun, and in the back of the deck you guys have Temperance. What's really interesting is I want to sit and just bring in the dynamic of your next connection, but then it's almost like around you there's female souls and deities that some of you guys work with, or even you may work with them spiritually but not be aware physically yet, because it could also be future. You could end up working with them in the future, but they're coming through now because time isn't linear. And they're referencing that a lot of the keys to your abundance and a lot of the keys to a lot of your happiness in this lifetime are through aligning with and soothing your own divine feminine energy. And I'm being shown that life has almost made it so at times that you couldn't fully settle into your divine feminine energy or align with it because you've had to maybe protect and be in the physical energy. You've had to like self-sacrifice and physically do and push and, you know, get yourself out of situations, and you've learned a lot of wisdom there, but you're entering a time where it's time to fall back and be in the energy of receiving. And that can be really hard when you are constantly in the masculine and constantly pushing and in the physical. That can be really hard to make the switch, and that's why you're being called to, if you work with a particular feminine deity, or even if you don't, you're being called to connect to your female ancestors, or if you are drawn to, you know, certain deities around, in regards to aiding you aligning with your divine feminine energy, especially maybe researching on how to fall into that and practicing being in the state of receiving and practicing aligning with the divine feminine energy. You can literally Google the keywords of divine feminine and look into bringing that into your everyday life, because I feel like that's what's going to bring a lot to you. And because I'm being shown that, and I know it's more in like a siren way, but the reason I was being shown like a mermaidy energy and then fishnets, and then I was being shown like pirates, I keep being shown like a mermaid, the very divine feminine energy. And remember, you don't have to be female to have strong divine feminine energy or have that balance. I'm being shown like a very divine feminine mermaid, and it's almost like I'm shining a torch or shining a light, and then it's almost like ships are coming to me. So that's almost being referenced energetically, like you shining just by stepping into that feminine energy. And then it's almost like, again with the Ace of Wands, it's almost like everything falls to you, everything comes to you, everything aligns with you, magnetizing. And I feel like before your person does come in, I feel like there's going to be a clear out in the sacral chakra, specifically the lower 3, but there's a strong reference in life's pleasures, getting to know yourself in that area, and the sacral chakra. I think that you guys are going to be maybe clearing out, purging there first, and then aligning and getting to know yourself, because there's another strong message coming through, and that's when it comes to relationships and bringing something in, you have that key. You have the key to create an abundance. You have that key to creating love. It's not like you wait for it to come in and it's like that, you know, like someday my prince will come and then that person's gonna come in, or I have to search for it and look for it. It's not that. It's just you aligning with your divine feminine energy and knowing that you are worthy of love, and being ready for that, and understanding the energy of, I want to say seduction, but in regards to like seducing your desires, seducing your, it's like, again, it's energy. I'm drawing it in energetically, and I'm seducing it, I'm alluring it, and I keep even feeling like I'm a mermaid, like I'm a siren, and I'm luring boats in, but it's energy. It's like, this is coming for me. It's like Empress energy, like this is mine, this is coming into me, this is coming into me, and I choose when it comes in. So there's a strong reference of that, and I feel like you'll be embodying the divine feminine a lot stronger when your person comes in. And I keep being told you make the decision when your person comes in, like, and it might not click. You may be listening to me and being like, Lexi, what are you talking about? This makes no sense. But Spirit's very adamant. And when I say Spirit, there's just feminine energy all around you. And it's like, you'll make that decision when this person comes in. Like, it'll just click for you, and it'll be like, right, this is mine, this is what's coming in. But it's almost like you're tailoring and understanding what it is you want first. I want someone that can emotionally nurture me. I want somebody that can do this. I want somebody that can do this, because it's like you're getting to know your own needs. Maybe in the past you've been in a masculine energy, so you've catered to other people's needs. It's understanding your own maybe body physically, your own energy, your own needs, to know what it is you desire and want, so that you can shine that out first. For that, it's almost like shining the right light for the right ship to dock, for the right ship to come in. So that's what Spirit wanted to bring in straight away. And I keep saying Spirit, but it is these, and I know it's Spirit, but it's just feminine entities here. You may be very connected to water spirits, maybe my water pile. It's just a really strong divine feminine energy, and I see a lot of divine feminine support around you, and almost asking or letting you know they're there for help and guidance into honoring that part of yourself. Specifically sacral chakra, I would really look into, I have to be careful too much and describing too much at the moment on YouTube, because they're just, you know, like I said in the intro, they're just not being the best. I'm trying to put it in a polite way. They're being strict. That's what I'm trying to say. But if you look into the sacral chakra energies and the energies that it holds, and working with water and working with that part of yourself, that'll I feel like that's a key, that's a little breadcrumb that they're given. So in regards to the dynamic of the relationship, and we have the Seven of Pentacles, we have the Six of Pentacles, and we have the Sun. I think the reason you're aligning with this divine feminine energy before this person comes in is because the person that comes in is going to be very strong divine masculine. And I feel like this person coming in, this connection is going to be very nurturing for you. I think they're going to be super, super drawn to you. I keep... I'm being shown like a blanket, and it's almost like I'm wrapping you in a blanket, and I'm like wanting to keep you safe, or I'm wanting to really protect, I'm really wanting to nurture, like anything that you can think of, like divine masculine energy that's coming through. I feel like your person's going to really embody that very strongly. I think that you and this person also are going to have very strong and open heart chakras, and I think that's what's drawing you both in as well. So with the Seven of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, and the Sun, in regards to the connection with your person, I'm picking up strong fire energy from your person, so that's Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. They feel like activators. They feel like people that naturally motivate people. They, like I said, they feel like the sun. I feel like they activate. I feel like they lift people up. I feel like they're, I don't know why I want to say strong. I feel strong-willed because I'm being taken to the solar plexus, specifically with the sun energy here. I feel like they're very strong-willed, very intelligent. Like, I feel like your person, no one can get one over on them. I feel like they're very aware of, they're very sure of themselves, and I feel like they can read people very well, and I feel like they can see people's shadows and see people's lighter attributes at the same time. And I feel like they're really gonna see you when they come in, because I feel like I keep being shown somebody sitting with someone, and it's almost like I'm rolling out a red carpet, or I'm rolling out a safety blanket to kind of roll you into, because it's almost like I want to keep you safe, I want to protect you, but I also want you to feel safe, to open yourself up. You know that analogy I use of like a shell, and the shell is protecting something beautiful inside, but the shell has to feel comfortable in order to open itself up. I feel like this person, again, they're going to see you like this shell, so you may be a little bit closed off to this person when they come in, but it's almost like energetically you're calling out and you're open, but physically you may be a little bit sharp to the point, or just a little bit closed off or detached from this person when they come in. But energetically they're able to feel what's inside of the shell. They know that there's something inside of the shell. So it's almost like I'm stroking the shell for it to feel safe enough to open up and, you know, open up to what's inside. And then it's like I said in a past reading, so I feel like you would have watched that same reading, because I'm almost referencing it like you've either come from it or I've been here with you before, but it's almost like this person becomes the shell for you, so protects you, looks after you, and that's kind of like their role then energetically, and it allows you further to fall into that divine feminine energy. And when I say falling into the divine feminine energy, I don't mean submit, like, oh, I'm, you know, you do everything and I'll do what I'm told. No, like divine feminine energy is a very powerful energy. It's more so I'm going to flow and you are going to protect, you know what I mean? There's a person on Twitter, she's called Dr. Indy Einstein. She has a really good explanation of that if you want to go follow her, because when she speaks of it, the divine masculine, divine feminine, she speaks of it in a really beautiful way, and in a very pure way as well. So if you want to follow her, because she's really good at it, explaining that, if you want to know more. But yeah, I feel like this person, I see them really soothing you, like really connecting to your emotions when they come in. And I think this is where you're going to really open up to them. And I think this is where other people have failed with you before, because I see this person sitting with you, almost giving physical time to you and listening to you, listening to your stories, listening to what you have to say, listening to your fears, listening to your wounds, listening to your inspirations. And it's almost like I'm soothing you, like I'm listening to you emotionally, I'm aligning with you emotionally, I'm showing my emotional side, I'm showing my sensitive side, and I'm opening up there to you. I don't think this is going to start as a friendship. I think this person's going to make it very known from the get-go that they're into you romantically. I'm not showing how it's gonna happen, I'm not showing how it's gonna progress. I just see the energetic explanation of you shining a light in this kind of receiving state, and this person energetically flowing towards it. And even though physically you may be a little bit shut off, energetically they can feel that there's more, and that's where they start to take their time. I'm not shown physically how that's going to manifest, so I think there's a reason they're being tight-lipped on that. But I see this person then taking their time getting to know you, and you guys having a lot of chats, a lot of talks, getting quite emotional. And I also see intimate as well. You're going to be shocked as well how quickly you open up to this person and how quickly you allow yourself to flow to this person. But it's because this person allows you to feel safe. It allows that divine feminine nature within you to feel safe and flow open. And then it's almost like you both balance each other out in that way. 7 of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles. Why do we have those two cards in the middle? 7 of Pentacles. You guys may meet each other through work. If not work, there's almost this feeling of this person helping you out. They could help you out in the gym. They could help you out physically. They could be doing like work on a home. They could work for you. You could work for them. There's something career-wise. But again, honestly, I'm being so tight-lipped on too much information with this reading. I think that's why you had a lot of guidance come through at the beginning, because I think Spirit, again, it's like a reference with the Temperance card being at the back of you guys, focusing on self, pouring into self, creating a safe space within your own energy to fall into your divine feminine energy. I'm so focused on bringing that through rather than anything else. So apologies if it's a bit bitty and if it's a bit, I have got more cards to pull now, but apologies if it's a bit bitty, but this is what's coming through and I have to honor it. We're going to pull the characteristics and personality of your person. See if anything else can come through. There's a rigidness over how it comes in and too much of the dynamic, because I think it's meant to flow. I think you're meant to feel your way into this, and I think the lesson is to feel safe enough to trust that the universe has got you, your spirit guides have got you, in order to open that shell to align with that energy in yourself. And then I think that mirrors in the connection. Once you've mastered that within yourself and with the universe and spirit, it's almost like you're ready, and you shine that light out like, okay, universe, I'm ready for love, or I'm ready for that. And it could even just be energetically you're ready, and then it's almost like someone comes in and then that same lesson is then mirrored while you open up to your person. But it has to be felt. That's why I'm being told aloud, I'm not allowed to give too much information, because I don't think you're meant to know too much information. You might get annoyed when you go to love readings because they might not be able to tell you all too much. Pile number, but the key is in the divine feminine energy. Pile number 2's next relationship. What can you tell me about pile number 2's person and their personality traits? Okay, so we have the 10 of Cups. They feel like providers. We have the Knight of Cups as well. They're not going to tell you a whole lot. They're just going to do. This isn't someone that's just going to like sell you a dream at all. They're almost going to create the dream around you. It's like, I'm building a house around you. Just sit there and I'll build it around you, sort of thing. We have the cake. Hang on. We have the cake, which is the Wheel of Fortune. And then one more card. Pile number 2's. We have the 7 of Wands. What was I saying about them building a castle around you, building a globe around you? And then we have the car there as well. It's quite funny. And then we have the Ace of Swords at the back of the deck. There's going to be a straight resonance when this person meets you. Like, I feel like they're going to know. This person feels fixed in the sense of when they know something's theirs, or if they got their eye on something, or they feel like something moves them, that's theirs then. They're not going to stop. Like, that's theirs. They're fixated on that. They're not looking left and right. That is theirs. So it's almost like I want to build with that. That's why we've got the 7 of Wands here as well. So with the 10 of Cups and the Knight of Cups, I feel like you've had people in the past maybe tell you a whole lot, or tell you that they were going to provide you with certain things, or tell you that they were going to have this beautiful connection with you, but then they didn't deliver. They may have seen your emotional depth and then said that they could reach those depths, but then they couldn't even get past their ankles into the ocean. Whereas this person already with the 10 of Cups, I feel like they are very emotionally evolved. I feel like they're very in tune with their emotions. I feel like they are already deep, and I feel like they're approaching you in a very emotional way, which is a way that I feel you haven't had before. I feel like people have maybe mentally stepped towards you, and I feel like people may have even stepped towards you almost looking for you to be their sun, their activator, you to pour into them. Whereas this person, it's the other way around. I feel like they're coming to pour into you. And there's almost this feeling of them wanting to protect your inner child as well. This person's really going to get to know you on a really deep level, pile number 2. Why have we got the Wheel of Fortune, the cake, and then the 7 of Wands? Let me just sort this out quickly. Why have we got the Wheel of Fortune? See this person really bringing you into your physical body. I feel like this person's going to be very like adventurous. I see this person wanting to really bring you out of your shell and do things to bring you out of your shell as well. I also feel this person's really going to celebrate you and have you step into your own empowerment as well, in a sense of, like I said, they're an activator. They feel like a cheerleader. So again, the happiness card, I'm really being taken to like the solar plexus. So it's almost like I want to nurture that part of you. I want you to feel good in your body. I want you to feel good in your skin. I want you to feel confident speaking your mind. I want you to feel confident in doing these things. So it's almost like I'm creating that safety net for you to do that with this 7 of Wands here, which is really, really beautiful. I feel like this person's going to be very attentive, very caring. I would say a lot of fire and water from your person. So Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Leo, Sag, and Aries. That's what I'm picking up from your person. Whereas for you guys, I'm picking up water and air. That's not to say for you guys, because you guys think a lot. There's a lot going on in the mind, I feel, for you guys. But this person's going to be really, really attentive with your heart space, really attentive with you so that you can bloom. It's almost like they're aware and providing this shell so that you can connect to your highest potential. And it's almost like you do that for them, but in a completely different way, because again, it's that divine feminine energy of soothing, healing. It's like you're providing that abyss of I want to say depth, in regards to, like, I feel like you're able to see them, see their mind, be able to touch them in that way and nurture them in that way and heal them in that way. So it's almost like you heal me this way, I heal you that way. I'll create the shell, you create the pearl, sort of thing. That's kind of how it's coming through. And I'm sorry if this reading's coming through breadcrumby. I'm sorry if this reading's coming through a little bit choppy. It's like I'm given notes instead of the whole page. That's what I'm being given with your reading. I think that your connection is really divinely protected, and I think it's meant to come in a specific way, that if I was to just read the entire script out, it would spoil it. So I'm literally given keywords and I have to work with them for your reading, pile number 2. And like I said, you probably find that with other readings as well. So let's pull your oracle card. And apologies if this has been a little bit bitty, but this is what's coming through for you guys. Pile number 2's next relationship. What else can you tell me about pile number 2's next relationship? It's going to be very deep, because you guys are very deep. Pile number 2, please, spirit guides. Pile number 2. I also think it's going to be very sensual. I think that you guys are going to be very intimate, like, in all levels. And really get to know each other very deeply in that way. And then the card that you have is this card here. I'm being told as well, butterflies may be a very big symbol before you meet your person. You may be seeing butterflies a lot. And the message here is, deep in your heart, you already know the answer. Do what feels right. This is what I was saying about the feelings and the emotions. Like, I feel that, again, I'm being taken to the shell. You're the oyster inside of the shell. And it's like, it's nothing necessarily that this person does that makes you feel safe and opening up. It's the feeling. I think that their emotions are very on their sleeve. And it's almost like water surrounding the shell. It's like the oyster feels safe to open its shell when it's under the ocean because it's home. And it can feel its home because of the ocean. But when it's on land, it stays shut. It knows it's not in its immediate environment. It knows it's not safe. So it's almost like this person's going to be the ocean to your shell in regards to, like, you opening yourself up and feeling safe. Like, you're going to feel when this is your person. It's not something that they're going to say. It's not like you're going to look at them and go, that's my person. It's a feeling that you're going to feel when you meet this person. Which is why I'm only being given keywords. because I feel like you may be looking for clues or wanting to know X, Y, and Z, and maybe you had to know certain things to keep yourself safe in the past, especially being in that masculine energy, which is why Spirit's like was calling you at the beginning of the reading into that divine feminine energy, because naturally you're going to feel open in the heart space when you understand that the universe is that ocean surrounding you and it's safe to open up your heart space, but you have to trust the universe to open that shell in the first place. And then when this person comes in, you're gonna have to trust that they're that ocean to open that shell in, and the way you do that is through feeling, and to feel is a very strong divine feminine trait, you know, the intuition and the feelings, and I think that's all the key. You surrendering and fully feeling open and trusting Spirit and the universe and yourself is what's going to bring this person in, and then it's all going to mirror from there. So I hope I didn't speak too much in riddles in this reading, and I hope that you got everything you needed. I know this didn't go the way that I expected it to, so it probably didn't go the way you expected it to as well, but this is what came through, and I really hope you were able to take what you needed from this reading. Before I go, I'm being told to give the reminder about the female energies around you or deities around you. They are here to help, especially when you wanted to align with that divine feminine energy and frequency within. So remember to call out there as well. So yeah, pile number 2, that is what I have for you. I really hope that you did enjoy the reading. Hit the thumbs up and comment down below if you did. I'm sending you guys all of my love. I hope you have a beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. So thank you guys for watching. Hey pals, welcome to your reading. So we are taking a look at your next relationship. So you guys chose the pink amethyst geode. I'm going to start with tarot, and then we'll move into the inner child deck, where I'm going to take a look at your person's personality, characteristics, and all of the good stuff, and then I'll pull an oracle card as well. So pile number 3, please, spirit guides, tap me into the collective of my pile number 3s. Tap me into the collective of my pile number 3s. I feel like for you guys specifically, there was a certain version of you that had to emerge to align with your person, meaning that if I would have shown this person to you like a couple of years ago and said this is your person, I don't think you would have got it. And I think it's because this person's version of love, or the way that this person, just the demeanor of this person, I don't think it's something that that you're used to and would have been looking for. The person that's coming through, I'm hearing the word sentimental. I'm actually picking up some Cancer energy. Very like tender, emotional, and very grounded. And I think that you guys have done an incredibly good job in working through and maybe healing matters of the heart, and getting to know your own needs and what you want at your core is what I want to say. And I think you were always meant to go on that journey, because I think that your journey inward was your journey to your person. So with me saying your person and this being a next relationship reading, I do think that your next partner there's a level of significance here. I do think that this feels very soulmate-y. This could even be the person that you end up marrying or having kids with, because this feels very significant, but there's like a journey you would have gone on inwards to get here. And it's all to do with matters of the heart, and I keep being shown like a stone. It's almost like a stone cracking and there's water going in, and the water's softening something. So you could have been somebody in the past that you might not have been in touch with your inner needs. You may have been taught to tailor to everyone else's needs instead of your own. You may have been somebody that was maybe cut off in the heart space, or there was maybe like wounds there that clouded what your heart truly wanted, and I'm being shown that clearing, which then makes space for this person to come in. But if I would have shown you this person beforehand, before that clearing, before that water came in, before that softening, which is what I'm being shown, I don't think you would have got it at all. which in its sense is divine timing. And you probably watched readings and there's been talk of divine timing and you probably got maybe annoyed, because I don't think it was ever a specific like in the year 22, in the year 25, and I don't think anything is ever like that. Spirit's timing is very different, but there was an opening of something that would anchor in a frequency that would bring this person in, and it was always a case of when that would open, that person would come in. It wasn't a case of when you were worthy, you were always worthy. It wasn't a case of, you know, when you were ready for love. Love is open to you at any stage of your healing journey. It was something that would emerge within you that would align with this person. I hope that makes sense. Which is why, I mean, you know, the pink amethyst geode, it connects to the third eye, the intuition, but, you know, it also connects to the heart chakra. And that's what I'm getting here. There's like a significance of your own healing journey that brings this person in. Pile number 3. Sorry for the noise, guys. If it keeps going, I'll shut the window. Pile number 3, please, spirit guides. Pile number 3. Pile number 3 is next relationship. We have the Star. We have the 6 of Swords. Pile number 3 is next relationship, please, spirit guides. Pile number 3 is next relationship. We have the 5 of Swords. Pile number 3 is next relationship, please. Pile number 3 is next relationship. Knight of Swords. And the back of the deck we have the Knight of Wands. I keep hearing Love Me Tender by Elvis. It's a really sweet song. I love that that's come up, actually. I think some of you guys may have a preconceived idea of when the next relationship would be, and I keep seeing a lot of you guys maybe saying, oh, it will come in when I finish this amount of healing, or this amount of healing, or when I've cleared this, or I've worked on this, or I've reached this person's gonna come in. And it's not that at all. There's something that emerges within you, but the healing journey doesn't end. We are constantly evolving and changing and healing and growing, and there comes a time when we have to, you know, we're called into isolation to heal, and then there's a time when we can heal through other people, meaning we enter back into the big wide world after healing and we open up to connections. That then gives us the opportunity to heal more, because people are healers to each other, people are mirrors to each other. And I keep seeing some of you guys, there's almost this feeling of like, you may have tied a little bit of your worth to your healing, in the sense of, I'll be worthy of love once I've cleared this, or I'll be worthy of love once this is gone, or when I've grieved this. And that's not the case. You are worthy of love at any point of your journey. And I think that's what this person's coming in to teach you, because I feel that when this person comes in, you guys may feel like you're not ready. I keep being told I'm not ready, but the feeling of not ready is like, I've still got more to heal, I've still got more to learn, I've still got more to clear, I've still got more to alchemize. And this person's coming in to kind of, I keep being shown somebody linking somebody's arm and just kind of like, we're doing this together now, because it's almost like I need to be on my own and I need to isolate and I need people away from me, because I'm not ready to bring people in. So I feel like this person comes in when you guys may be in a phase of isolation, or you may be being called out of isolation, but you might not feel ready to bring someone in. I feel like that's when this person comes in. But there's a feeling from you guys of feeling like it's premature, and it's not at all. And I keep seeing, of course, certain wounds may be coming up for you. When this person comes in, it doesn't mean that it's toxic. It doesn't mean that you weren't ready. When we've cleared a lot and somebody comes in to love us, the loving parts of us that haven't been seen before, the loving parts of us that haven't been touched before, the loving parts of us that haven't been loved before yet, and that can be scary, that can be daunting, and of course that can be uncomfortable and a little bit triggering, but that's what's supposed to happen. You know, it's like an aperture, it's like there's room for that water to kind of come in, and that's what I see this person coming in to do. And I see them being really, really tender with you and very, very sweet, and I see this connection really taking its time, but I do see a wave of emotions coming up at the beginning of the connection that you guys might have to wade through, just because this is the first time maybe you've been clearing like a fear of being seen, but that initial moment where somebody then sees you is going to be uncomfortable, because it's the first time you're allowing yourself to bear that part of your soul. The first time's always going to be a little bit nerve-wracking. It's like performers when they perform on a stage. That first time is going to be a little bit scary, you know what I mean? And I feel like there's going to be a lot of nerves, and there's going to be a little bit of anxiety, and I feel like there are going to be waves of emotions coming up when this person comes in. But I'm being told this is your person, because I see them sitting with you, and it's like I said, Love Me Tender, the Elvis song, it's like nurturing, there's like a tender energy here, and I see them really taking their time with you as you process certain emotions. Because I'm also being told sometimes when you're processing a fear or an anxiety, you might want to run away and hide and deal with it by yourself. This person's coming in to teach you that you can lean on people, and that when you're going through certain emotions and you're clearing, you can lean on someone, and you can have somebody in your circle, you can have somebody to talk to. That's what this person's coming in to teach you. And I see at the beginning, it's almost like, because maybe you've had to deal with wounds on your own in the past, you've had to deal with you know, fears and anxieties on your own in the past. I see you wanting to almost, I'm being shown a treasure chest, and you wanting to shut the treasure chest and not come out. And I see this person kind of like sitting around, and I see you like peeking out of the treasure chest, like, oh, this person's here, oh, this person wants to listen, oh, this person wants, you know, this person really is there for me, this person really is you know, they want to listen to me, they don't think I'm, you know, broken for processing these emotions or having these emotions. And it's because you're not broken. Nobody's really broken. We're all dealing through, you know, waves of emotions and grieving. And I feel like there's almost this feeling of I've got to hide away, heal, and then when I'm rebirthing I'll pop out. But we're constantly healing and we're constantly rebirthing, and that journey twists and changes and evolves. And I think that's part of why this person's coming in, is to kind of be that helping hand and have you lean on them, and open your heart to love from somebody else, you know, because maybe you've been on a self-love journey for some time, but this person's coming in to kind of be like, I'm here to, you know, give you love too. And I feel like that's what's going to happen. But there is this feeling of that there is an intense feeling when this person comes in that I don't want to sugarcoat, because it's coming up quite strongly. But like I said, it's because there's parts of you that haven't been touched or seen before, and this person's going to be doing that and seeing those parts of you. This person coming in, I'm not being shown how they come in, but I do feel like they might present themselves as a friend first. They're also going to be seeing you as somebody that's incredibly healing. They are going to be looking at you a little bit at the beginning like a feral cat, but it's almost like they're seeing you as somebody with a beautiful light and shining your light. They're seeing you as someone that's very funny. There's like an admire in here, so they admire maybe something you do or just your personality, but then it's like I said, they see you, so then they're looking at you in ways emotionally like a feral cat, because it's almost like if I poke too much, they're gonna like slam shut, they're gonna get in that chest and hide away. So it's almost like taking that time and reassuring and putting a lot of physical foundations down to have you open up, similar to pile number 2. But I see them almost like approaching you as a friend first, because it's like, this is the way that I need to approach this. And I feel like they really do enjoy, I keep hearing they enjoy listening to you speak. Some of you guys may sing, because I'm hearing they like your voice. And they admire you, they find you very attractive, and it's like they want to be around you. So it's almost like I'm going to approach this in a friendship way first, and then just allow it to come in. So instead of them coming towards you in a romantic way and then it feels like a tsunami for you, it's almost like they're approaching you as a friend first, and then it's like, You know, when a log gets removed from a lake and then water starts to slowly make its way down, that's what then happens. The emotions then start to come in. So I do see this person approaching as a friend, and just wanting to spend time, not really pushing. Like, I don't see this person really pushing to make things intimate very quickly. I don't see this person trying to push at you in that way. I see them really taking their time and being a little bit slow with it, getting to know you in that way. I feel like this person may have some Cancer energy in their chart. I keep hearing sentimental. I'm hearing that they are quite nurturing. I don't know why I keep being shown a teddy bear, so I don't know. They may be very connected to their inner child, which then connects to your inner child. They may even make your inner child feel safe, because there's a level of like safety here. I'm picking up Capricorn and Cancer, like I'm picking up that axis. So it could even be that you have a lot of Capricorn, they have a lot of Cancer. It could be the other way around. You have a lot of Cancer, they have a lot of Capricorn. Or it could be that you both have, you know, a lot of those signs in your chart. There's just something about that coming through. I see them being quite practical, and I see them wanting to spend, like, their part of their love language 100% is quality time. So I see a lot of quality time being spent with this person. So maybe like going out for food, going for walks, a lot of talking. I'm hearing words of affirmation as well. So like there's a lot of talking, a lot of reassuring. And I keep being shown someone playing with someone's hair. So I don't know if you like your hair being played with or they do. But there's something about the hair. You may touch your hair a lot when you're nervous. They could pick up on that. But I keep being shown, I don't know if that's something that soothes you, but I'm being shown them doing that. I don't know if that's something that you do when you're going through something. But I'm touching my hair now, you know, like the Little Mermaid when she touches her hair. There's something about that, but I think that's more referencing them really soothing you, putting you at ease and making you feel safe. I feel like that's the type of vibe and the type of energy that they have. I see a lot of laughs as well, a lot of laughs between the two of you. I see that you have a lot of in common, like it could be music, movies. I don't know why I'm being shown like a time period. So there could be a certain time period that you love that they do as well. Like it could be the 60s, it could be the 80s, and it could be like the music of that era, the fashion of that era. They may like that as well. I'm thinking of like, you know, like doo-wop music, like I think that's like 60s sort of music. I'm being taken there, so they may love that era too. And then I'm being shown 70s. What was it with like the flower power and stuff? That was 70s, wasn't it? I'm being taken there as well. But that's just something that's coming through. I see this person wanting at times, like I see this person trying to hold back at the beginning because it's like, I don't want you to run away. You know, when you have a feral cat and you just want to scoop them up and give them lots of love, but you know they won't like it and you know they'll run away. So you have to kind of really respect the boundaries and take time. I see this person doing that, and then it's almost like looking for signals from you to make a bit of a leap in a sort of way, in a way. And I do feel like that I see like a specific moment for a lot of you guys where you may open up about something, you may cry about something, and it's almost like breaking a wall down. Like I see a wall coming down, where you guys may be a bit emotional, you may say something, and it's almost like they have a piece to a puzzle or something, and I feel like that's when there's like a click. And then I see such a foundation being built in this getting to know you stage, which I think will last a little while. I feel like you'll be getting to know them for a little while, because when you actually enter a relationship, it's like any of those fears and anxieties, you would have dealt with them a little while ago. You would have dealt with them maybe in the friend stage. You would have dealt with them while you were getting to know them. And it's like those feelings of maybe wanting to run away, they're not coming up when you enter the relationship, because they already would have been worked through before the relationship would have begun. So it's like when you do get into the relationship, I think things may move a little bit quickly, just because you already would have known each other for a really long time. Like you may move in with each other quite quickly. You may even get engaged quite quickly. You may end up, you know, having a baby if you're open to it quite quickly, just because you're already best friends. Like when you enter the relationship, you are best friends. Like you know each other very well. That's what I'm being shown. And I think you really get to know each other on a really deep heart space and level. And I think you will know that this is your person intuitively quite early on, which is where the anxieties may start cropping up for you. I think at the beginning you'll be dealing with the anxieties in your shell, because I think that you won't want to open up. Maybe it's just going to be natural nature for you to just deal with anxieties and fears on your own. And then towards the later end, it's like you feel something, you speak about it to this person, you feel something, you're leaning on this person, like you're open to them in that way. So yeah, that's something really strongly. I do feel, and I have to be honest with you, there are going to be moments where you might want to just run from this connection. There are going to be moments where you might just want to shut completely out from this connection and pull back. Please be gentle with yourself when that happens. I think that you've done such a tremendous job at clearing so much in regards to your heart space, that when this person comes in, it's like that first bit of water after a drought sort of thing, you know? So please be patient with yourself when these feelings come up, and don't be mean to yourself when you're having feelings of wanting to run or wanting space, because I think it's going to be a process, and I think that's why this person will befriend you and get to know you on that level first. But I feel like you both really connect on the mind level. I don't know if some of you guys may have like an air Mercury or an air moon, but I see you guys, like your brains working in the same way and having a lot to talk about. If you speak a lot and talk a lot, this person does. Because I see you guys having like lots of ideas, and I feel like this person does as well. Okay, let's take a look at your person's personality and characteristics. So pile, I also want to say, for some of you guys, there may be a friend that's involved as well that may be like a mediator with this connection, or be a little bit of like a fairy godmother in the connection, or a Cupid, and you know, you may shut out, and then I see like a friend being like, she's clearing something, or she's working on something, or he's going through a little bit of anxiety right now, or he's just working through these emotions, and then the other person's like, oh, okay. Like there's something about that coming through, like there's someone around that may be a little bit of a mediator. Yeah, there's something about someone else being around as well. I'm hearing a song by Cheryl. She's a British singer. She has a song called Don't Talk About This Love. And she talks about opening up to a new connection and being a little bit fearful. I'll add the song in the description box if I remember. If I don't, comment and let me know I mentioned it so I can attach the link. But it's Cheryl, Don't Talk About This Love. And it's a really cute song, but I'm hearing that. Pile number 3. It's reminding me as well, you know Vanessa Hudgens, you know, back in the day when she was in High School Musical, she had an album, and there was a song called Afraid, and she sings like, why am I so afraid to I've forgotten the lyrics now, but she's basically talking about being a little bit afraid to open up again. It's gonna feel a little bit intense as you open up, but that's normal. It doesn't mean you're broken or you're not ready. Pile number 3. Pile number 3, please, spirit guides. Pile number 3 is person's personality traits, characteristics. They're very attentive, especially physically. Like very attentive. I don't know. It's making me think of like, they're super intuitive. But they know, I know it sounds weird, but they know how to put their hands, and I know it sounds really weird, but like I said, with the hair, like say now you guys are maybe have a bit of anxiety, it's almost like intuitively they can tell. So I keep being shown like a hand at the back of my neck, like soothing the back of my head, or like I have like pent up energy in my feet, so it's like foot massage sort of thing. It's that sort of thing. Like they know, there's something about their hands. They could be like an intuitive like therapist or something like that, or like a masseuse. Something like that. That's what I'm picking up. So we have the burning house. Pile number 3, please, spirit guides. Pile number 3. I feel like they're gonna be attentive as well, in the sense of, I'm being shown, you know, Dylan Sprouse. If you don't, that's fine. He basically was on the Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. He's engaged to a model called Barbara, and I read something about them, and they were in a restaurant, and I think they both ordered the same meal or something like that, but only one of their meals came out first, and his meal came out, and so she didn't have her meal and she was still waiting on her meal, so he gave his meal to her. And I just thought that was really sweet, and I feel like they may do little things like that. Not exactly like that, although they may. I just see little things being done like that, or like, you know, you like brownies and you're feeling sad today, I'm gonna make you brownies. It's that sort of thing. They feel very attentive. Very attentive. Pile number, we have the Mirror. Pile number... I don't know if they have a lot of siblings, but they're very, like, they understand people and they listen to people. They watch people. Like, I'm being shown as well, I remember watching a TV show with the Kardashians, and I think Kim was really shy speaking in public. So Khloe and Kourtney would always speak and answer questions if Kim was feeling shy back in the day. This was like years ago now. And I feel like they almost feel like that as well. Like they'd be able to pick up, and it's not just you, I think they do it for anyone, because I keep being told siblings. They may have a lot of siblings. So like, so if they see that somebody's nervous, it's almost like they'll put somebody at ease. They're very good at that, and I think that's how they're able to just reading you. I feel like they'll be able to see you. They'll know when you have anxiety, or they'll know when you're going through something. So it's like, I'm gonna put this person at ease, I'm gonna take my time. It's almost like they know how to tailor to somebody's needs, and not in a way of being a people pleaser in that way. Maybe they had grown up in a sense of being a people pleaser, but I feel like it's something that they feel very mature. So I feel like they've worked on it enough that they can use those traits to, like, I know who I am, and I'm grounded in who I am, and I'm very connected to my own needs, but also I have this trait. I'm able to read the needs of other people, or read people, and that's a gift that I now have. So I'm going to use it to my benefit, and I'm going to use it for other people's benefit. Instead of it controlling me, I'm going to control it. So that's what I'm picking up from your person. Pile number 3, please, spirit guides. Pile number 3. They may be significantly older than you, or quite a bit older than you. They could just be like a wise old soul as well. They could have been a parentified child. I just see like a lot of siblings around them. Like they could have a lot of siblings, or maybe they grew up in like foster care or something like that. Or maybe they've just had to look after kids from young, or maybe that's their job, to look after people. Maybe their job is to work with people. That's another thing coming through. Maybe their job's to work with people. Pile number 3. A lot of major arcana is coming through here. We have the Moon. So we have the Tower, the High Priestess, the Moon. One more card, please, spirit guides. Pile number 3's person's personality traits. And we have the 3 of Wands. Okay. Back of the deck, we have the Twins. If it's going to focus for me. There we go. Okay. Okay, so we've got the Lovers at the back of the deck. The Tower, the Mirror. The Moon. The 3 of Wands. Okay. I feel like they're really good. I feel like they're really good in social situations. I feel like they're quite confident in that way. I feel like they're quite charming. That's one thing I'm gonna pick up, that I'm picking up, like quite charming and very, like I can read people, I can mirror back to people, I can understand. It's almost like I can feel when someone's nervous, I can feel when someone's frustrated, and it's like I'm really good at like putting the fuse out. I'm really good at settling the situation. I'm very good at like understanding people in that way. Like I'm able to adapt. This person's very good at adapting. I do feel that this person, it's almost like I want to put you, because I'm hearing The Weeknd when he sings, I put you on top, but I mean it in the sense of, like, I almost want to put you on a stage and, like, clap. Like, I want to encourage you, similar to pile number 2. You might have picked pile 2 and 3. If you haven't, that's fine. But it's the same message that came through in the sense of, like, I want to encourage aspects of your personality out. I love when you sing. I want you to sing more. Or I love when you talk about these things. You should just openly talk about these things. You shouldn't just hide it away. I love when you are confident and you speak up for yourself. You should do that more often. So it's almost like they want to lift you up in that way, or create a foundation to make you feel safe to do that. There's a lot of that coming through. I do feel like your person may be quite empathic. They could mirror you in a sense that you guys are empathic as well. I actually think you and this person are quite the same on the inside. I also feel like you guys both maybe would have done a level of healing before meeting each other with the Burning House, because this is the Tower card, and then the High Priestess. So I almost feel there might have been a level of clearing, and bringing in new ways of working through things. And I feel like this person's very self-aware, because there's this feeling of, like, maybe once I was a people pleaser, or once I was you know, quite shy, but now I've used it to my benefit, because now I'm like this. Now I can read people, and I understand my own needs. Now I can help other people. So there's, like, a balance here that they would have created. And again, it's through self-awareness. It's of knowing where their shadow is, knowing where there might have been insecurities or fears or things that were holding them back, and then alchemizing them to use for the greater benefit. That's what I feel they would have done. And maybe that's a process and journey you're on as well. So maybe they recognize parts of themselves in you, and that's probably why they align with you, and know how to approach you in, like, certain ways, because it's like, yeah, I was like that too. So that's another thing coming through. Like I said, there's a psychic intuitive vibe to your person and yourself, and I think that your person with the Moon card here, there's a lot that either people don't see about you. Maybe you tend to find that a lot of people will project onto you, or there's just, like, aspects of your personality that people might not be able to see as deeply, and I feel like your person's going to be able to see you that deep. I think that your person's going to be able to really see those hidden aspects, and I think maybe some of you guys may have a fear of really being seen, but it's never really had to be brought up to the surface before, because maybe a lot of people haven't had the ability to see you. Maybe a lot of people around you haven't reached depths within themselves to see your depths yet, or maybe, you know, you look at things in a spiritual way, or a very deep emotional way, and people might not see, the people that you've had around you so far haven't looked at life that way, so they haven't seen those aspects. Your person's going to see those aspects. So where you would have felt like you were alone in this little treasure chest, this person's going to be able to, like, swim to the bottom of the ocean where this treasure chest is, and see those parts of you, which again, of course, it may bring up some triggers, but I feel like they're going to be very healing and attentive to you while you go through that motion. With the Three of Wands here, like I said, this person, they're very intelligent. I see them really sussing out situations before approaching them, laying foundations before stepping onto them. Very practical in that way. Like, I feel like they've used this really well in, like, a business aspect. I feel like they, because I feel like they may have grown up in an environment that might not have felt too safe. So maybe they've had to create a level of safety for themselves. And I keep wanting to say siblings. It's like, I want to create a safe space for siblings or children, and then it's like they could work with kids, or work with children, or work maybe even, like, thinking of animals there, feral cat, like animals as well, and creating a safe space for them to open up. So I feel like they do that with everyone, which makes me feel like whether they work in those professions or not, I do feel they are healers, which I want to say similar to you. Very emotional souls as well as you, very deep souls as well as you. And I think with the High Priestess card here and the Mirror, I think they mirror you a lot, which is probably why you may have certain fears and wounds come up, because it's almost like they're bringing the healing energy for that. So it's like they're bringing healing to certain wounds for you, which you will probably do for them too. And yeah, I see you both building together and growing together, but by the time it turns into a relationship, the house is half built. You're literally moving furniture in, if that makes sense. Yeah, that's what I'm being shown. So let's pull your oracle cards. Yeah, it's going to take its time. I think a level of clearing is going to happen in the earlier days, and then you're going to be completely cemented in and growing together in that way, because it's like best friends. I keep hearing the Avatar song I See You, the one that Leona Lewis sings, because I feel like they really see you and you see them. And I think that's why they're drawn to you, because you see them. You bring out, and I think they're going to be impressed in the way that you see them too. Like, you're going to bring out, you're going to mention aspects of them and notice aspects of them. It's like no one's brought that up before. No one's been able to see that before, or complimented that part of me before, and you see that part of me. So you're going to see them equally as deep, and I think that's why they're going to be super drawn to you as well. There's something about either the way you dress, the way that if you create art, there's something about art. You could have, like, because I'm being shown somebody making jewelry or clothes, so there could be something that you do there. Something Venusian coming through, in the sense of I keep being shown somebody with clay and creating like mugs and cups and portraits and ornaments and things like that. So you could collect things like that, or you could literally create them, because it's more so about you creating, like you having an eye for something. Yeah, painting and drawing, writing books. Could be the way you do your makeup, the way you dress. You may make clothes, jewelry, anything like that. There's something about that. It's almost like I'm watching you like you're a spider making a web. That's how I feel like they might feel with you guys sometimes, if you create and make things. Or it could even be you like connecting with spirit or something like that and speaking, because there's something about your mind coming through. But they're almost like, if you've ever watched a spider make a web, it's so intricate and they take their time and they create something, and I almost feel like I'm watching a spider do that. But I don't want to make a sudden movement because they'll stop and go and hide in the hole. So I'm just kind of watching, and I'm kind of like mesmerized by what's going on. So I don't know what you make or what you do, but that's something coming through as well. Pile number 3 is next relationship, please, spirit guides. Pile number 3 is next relationship. Pile number 3 is next relationship, please. Just one card, please, spirit guides. Just one card. Pile number 3's next relationship. These cards are so hard to shuffle because they're in the shape of a heart. Pile number 3's next relationship. Oh goodness, we got one. Let there be closeness between you, but always give each other space. Love never claims, it simply allows and gives. I think this person's gonna allow you. I see like you guys moving like an ocean, so the tide's like ebbing and flowing, and I think this person's gonna realize that, and I think this person's going to give you the space that you need to deal with certain emotions and then come in when you need them. They're going to be aware of this kind of like ebb and flow with you, because I'm hearing Nasa from Ariana Grande where she's like, I need to be alone tonight, that song. And I think that this person's going to sit with you through your ebbs and flows, because maybe you guys do a lot of healing inner work. You guys may connect with spirit, so you may go through certain shifts and awakenings, and I think you've had connections in the past that haven't really listened to your needs, so maybe they've like love bombed and not really respected your need to be apart, or when you've actually needed closeness they haven't been there, so you've had to deal with things on your own. Whereas this person, again, it's like they're ebbing and flowing with you and listening to your intuition. Like, when the tide needs to go out and you need space, I'll give you space. When the tide comes in and you need me, I'm there. That's kind of what's coming through for you guys with this reading. I think they're going to be super in flow with you. And I think that's something you might not have dealt with before, or had before, which is really beautiful. So pile number 3, that is what I have for you guys. I really hope that you enjoyed the reading. Hit the thumbs up and comment down below if you did. I'm sending you guys all of my love. I hope you have a beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching. and hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. So thank you guys for watching. Hey Pal 4, welcome to your reading. So we are taking a look at your next relationship. So I'm going to start with tarot, and we are going to take a look at whatever spirit feels you need to know about this connection, maybe how you meet, the dynamics and things like that. And then I will pull the inner child deck to take a look at your person's characteristics, personality traits, and then we'll use an oracle card to round up the reading. So let's get straight in. So pile number 4, please. This person's really gonna find you attractive. Like I see them looking at you and it's almost like I'm being shown Bolt, you know, the dog from the Disney movie. I'm being shown Bolt, like I want to run like a lightning bolt, like boom. Yeah, I think that this person's going to, you may meet them at like a party or a festival or a wedding, or like it's a situation where you're in a crowd, like there's a lot of people around. Could even be just like in a restaurant, or I'm even being told a baby shower. Like there's a situation where there's a bunch of people around and you are there, and because this person's almost like seeing you. It could be social media, because I guess social media is crowded, but it's almost like I'm seeing you and you're kind of standing out to me, sticking out to me. And I keep hearing Bolt, like I want to rush towards you, I want to run towards you, I want to know who you are, I want to know about you, I want to find information about you, like who is this person. That's what I'm being shown. So they're going to notice you before you notice them. They may even ask about you. So if you have like friends in common or there's people around, they may be like, who's that person? Let me know about that person, what you know about that person. I keep being shown somebody with like a phone and like having an image, and it's like, who's that person, who is that, who's that, I want to know who that is. They're gonna think you're quite witty, or they might think that you don't like them, because I keep being, I don't know whether they'll speak to you on the first initial time they meet. It feels like they might, because they feel quite drawn in. They may like throw like a line at you, they may like throw like a really cheap line at you, or they may it's like they may try and tease you, or they may be a little bit flirty, but I feel like you may fire back very witty, and they're like, oh, okay, like there's a feeling of that. Like I feel a bit giddy, I feel like, oh, I didn't expect that, because I feel like you may, you know, you could come across as someone that's quite sweet, or you could have come across as someone that just very friendly. And I'm not saying you're not friendly, but it's almost like there's something you may say back to this person, or someone they could say something to you and you're gonna fire back with something that they wouldn't expect. Maybe something really intelligent, or you could just be a bit sarcastic back, or you may just shoot them back down. Like, oh, or you could do it to somebody else in front of them, because it's like, I didn't expect you to say that, or I didn't expect you to be like that, or yeah, there's something where I'm like impressed, but it's like, whoa, okay, like I feel like, oh, I want to know more. Like there's a feeling of that. Like I feel excited. I feel like that. Pile number 4's next relationship, please, spirit guides. We have the 7 of Pentacles. Pile number 4, please, spirit guides. Pile number 4's next relationship. What can you tell me about pile number 4's next relationship? You have Strength. You have the 3 of Pentacles. You may have 2 people around you at the time, meaning like you may be talking to somebody else and then this person comes in and kind of turns your head or puts your head in a spin. I'm hearing I've Got My Eye on You, Say Yes to Heaven, by Lana Del Rey. So it's almost like they've got, someone's coming in and letting, your person that you end up in a relationship with may know that you may be talking to somebody else, but it's not serious. So they may not even be aware of it, but they may hear, oh, they went on a date with that person the other day. So it's almost like, oh, competition sort of thing, but not in a way of like toxic, like, oh yeah, competition, seeing you as a prize. It's not like that. It's more so, no, this is mine. No, I want that person. Like, no. Like, I want that person. I want that person to choose me. Like, I want that. I keep hearing like mine. Like I don't play about mine, that's mine. They might even get a little bit jealous, but I see 2 people around you at the time kind of vying for your attention a little bit. You could just be dating both of them. Or it could just be this person thinks that there's somebody else, the way you're maybe batting them off, and it's like, no. But I do genuinely see for a lot of you guys, you may have options at the time this person comes in. You may be open to like dating about, you may be going on dates with somebody, or if it's like a crowded room or like a friend circle or something like that, it could be that you're going on dates with someone that they know, and it's like, no, I'm bad for you, sort of thing. It does feel like that. Because normally when I look at the Three of Pentacles, I think, oh, maybe there could be somebody else involved with that person, but it's more so like, no, it's you. You may be in a triangle and not know who to choose. Pile number 4. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like you guys will like the attention as well. We have the Four of Swords here. I feel like you are gonna like the attention a little bit, which there's nothing wrong with at all. There's nothing wrong with people wanting to, you know, people admiring you and wanting to get to know you. I love that for you. You have the Ten of Wands at the back of the deck. Okay, so pile number 4, please, Spirit Guides. Pile number 4's next relationship. 7 of Pentacles, Strength. 3 of Pentacles, 4 of Swords. This person's a bit of a joker. I feel like this person's quite funny. I feel like sometimes they can be a bit sarcastic, but I'm being told you can as well. And I feel like this person kind of like ignites a fire within you, but not in a way of like a toxic way where it's like, oh, it's an intensity, because I don't feel like this is intense. It's more so like you really get on with this person. Like, whoever the other person is, they're not really taking precedence over the reading, and they're not showing up as the person you end up in a relationship with. I think that you may like the person, you may respect the person, but I don't think that there's like romance there. It's more so like, I'm getting to know you and you're quite nice, but nothing's moving me. Whereas this person comes in and moves you. This person comes in and like you get on with them. This person comes in and they like ignite a bit of a fire in you. Maybe you start feeling, you know, romantic. It's like, I want to spend time with you. I want to be around you. It's reminding me of, there's a movie called, I always forget it. It's come up in a few of my readings before. What's it called? What's the movie called? I'll describe it, you'll know. If you don't, someone in the comment section will probably mention it, because if you do know it, please write it in the comment section. There is a girl, she's really uptight. This is the movie I'm talking about now. There's a girl, she's really uptight, and she runs this company. She's been single for a while, or she's like a manager of this TV company or whatever, and they bring this guy in, and this guy is like really sarcastic, just, it can be a bit rude, bit of a joker, doesn't take life too seriously. So they clash, obviously, because they're polar opposites of each other. And they are also quite a little bit flirty with each other as well. But she fancies this doctor guy, and he's kind of boring, to be honest with you. He's nice, but he's kind of boring. Anyway, the guy that is a little bit of a joker, they kind of like create a bit of an alliance, because he tries to make her into basically something that she's not, because she wants to score this doctor guy that's a little bit boring. Anyway, she ends up falling in love with the guy that's like sarcastic, that she's been spending time with. She doesn't really have any feelings for the doctor guy at all. She actually likes the other guy, who she's not really supposed to be liking, the sarcastic one, the one that she's meant to hate. And they actually end up falling for each other. And that's kind of like a situation here, if I had to put it towards anything. It's like you're looking at someone and it's like, I thought this would be what I wanted, but this is where I'm moving towards. My heart's really here. I'm really bonding with this person. This actually feels like a friendship. I get on with them. They're funny. I want to spend time with this person. I want to be with this person. This person's on my mind more. So that's when this person kind of like wins you over. And it's by them really just being themselves. I feel like I see a lot of laughter. I see you both going head to head, but in like I see you both having the same humor. I don't know if you guys have like a sarcastic way about you, where you'll be sarcastic, or you'll have like a dry humor, but I feel like they do as well. I see this person's really attracted like to you, and I think at the time that this happens, you may be in a very serious mindset of I need to settle down, or this is the type of person that I need, and taking like life very seriously and maybe doing things by the book. This person comes in and kind of, you know, song Relight My Fire. This person comes in and lights your fire and has you looking at life in a more lighter-hearted way again. It doesn't mean that this connection isn't going to be deep, but I feel like this person has you kind of going with the flow a little bit more and kind of throwing the rule book out the window and wanting to like enjoy yourself more and connect to your inner child more and F the rules and have fun. And I feel like they light a spark in you, which is really, really beautiful. In regards to like long term, I think it's going to be different for all of you. I don't know whether this connection is going to be long term. It could be a connection that comes in to like light a fire within you and activate a part of you, and then you would teach them. I feel like you do the same for them. I feel like you light that fire within them too. I feel like you would ground this person 100% and have this person maybe slow down a little bit, but it's like lighting a deeper fire within them, if that makes sense, like with their emotions and, you know, maybe connecting to spirit or something like that, like that's coming through. For some of you guys, this may just be a relationship that takes you to another level energetically for a different relationship to come in, especially if you guys are really young. And I see then it could last like a couple of years. But then for others of you, it could be that you just grow with this person. You both mold into different versions of yourself and grow. But you're both what each other needs. And I feel like you're following what you're feeling the whole time and the feeling that this person's bringing out of you. And I feel like you two are definitely going to be kind of like best friends. It's a lot of fun. I see you guys like maybe going on a lot of trips, maybe holidays, you know, like vacations and stuff. You could just make a lot of big shifts in your life when this person comes in, because it's almost like they encourage you to do that. They're lighting a fire in you. It's like you're looking at life in a really bright way. It's like they're activating your inner child. Maybe you've been, you know, teaching your inner child to adult for a little bit when this person comes in and really going by the rules, and this person's like, F the rules. It's, you make our own rules sort of thing. And I think that's what happens here. They're very attracted to you. I feel like they feel like cheerleaders. I feel like they're going to really make you feel very good about yourself. It's like, yeah, wear that outfit, wear that, you know, wear those trainers, wear that dress, wear your hair like that, yeah, shave your head, like whatever makes you feel confident and what makes you feel good. I feel like they're gonna really uplift you in that way. They feel like cheerleaders. I feel like they're very loyal. I feel like they're the type to really stick up for you, really protective over you, and they are very like, what's mine is mine, like this is mine, like I keep hearing that, mine, but not in a possessive way, like mine, like can't leave the house type of thing. It's like mine, like this is my person, don't speak to my person in that way, don't treat my person like that. Like they're very protective over their tribe. They could have a lot of Leo in their chart, because you know us Leos, we're very protective of our own, but it could be fire, Aries, Sag, Leo, but it does feel like strong Leo, very loyal, very protective over what's theirs, and that's for family, friends, partners. I see a lot of laughter in getting you to come out of like your shell in that way, or like getting you to, I wouldn't say you're rigid when you meet this person, but I just feel like you may be very focused on work, or you may be very focused on, again, it's like doing things by the book. Like I've had my fair share of like kissing frogs, and now I need to open up. It's like I've got a list of things that I want, or a list of requirements of how a relationship's supposed to go, and this person's like, F the list, like let's just follow your, like trust yourself. It's like, trust yourself, listen to your emotions, listen to what you're feeling, like trust that, trust how much you've grown already, trust yourself. It's like they're teaching you to trust yourself and take leaps, and I see you guys doing that. Whereas I feel like you're teaching this person to listen to themselves, listen to their needs, slow down, listen to their feelings, their emotions, and anchoring them in. That's what I'm picking up here. So let's take a look at their personality and characteristics. I do think this person's a little bit loud. Like, you know when this person's here. That's why I was saying they're like firecracker, like bolt. You know when this person's around. Pile number 4 is next partner. We have the Ace of Cups. Pile number 4's next partner. I think you're going to have an idea of how your next relationship's going to go, and I think you're going to have an idea of like a very structured, to the point idea of what a relationship's meant to be like, and I think that this person's going to like flip it on its head. To have you be bold in your emotions as well. Think of like Jack from Titanic. He's come up a lot in my readings, and I guess we could place him here because he had Rose kind of come out of her shell and have her take leaps, but obviously he activated a part of her in those couple of days that brought out a completely different aspect of her personality, you know. You have the Magic Wand, which is the Magician. Pile number 4, please, Spirit Guides. Oh goodness, they've just fallen on the floor. 2 seconds. Let me move them over so I can grab them. Pile number 4, please, Spirit Guides. Pile number 4's next partners, personality, characteristics. We have the Grandpa, Emperor, Aries energy, and we have the Shepherd. The back of the deck, we have the Moon. Okay, so we have the Ace of Cups, the Magician, the Emperor, and the Hermit. This person's very bold. They could be very well travelled. That's something that's coming up. I don't know why I'm hearing marketing, so they could work in marketing, like marketing products and things like that. I think that you're going to be surprised the feelings that this person stirs within you, and what activates within you. I think this person's also going to stir the romantic side. It's almost like I'm stepping towards connections and I've really got my wits about me that I'm not, you know, I'm not putting up with this, and this. And yes, okay, you hold on to that. Those are your boundaries. However, it's almost like beyond that, there's even more walls and even more walls and even more walls. And it's like a very rigid structure of how a relationship's going to come in. This person bulldozes it, keeps your boundaries intact, but bulldozes the other walls. And it's like stirs romantic feelings in you that maybe you were told yourself, I shouldn't feel this or I shouldn't feel that. Maybe you looked at it in a way of like, that got me in trouble before, or that got me in trouble. And this person's almost coming in to balance that. Or have you not discard those parts of yourself that want that fire or want that love, because it's okay to have those feelings that you may feel a little bit like, I shouldn't have this or I shouldn't have that, or that got me in trouble before. I feel like this person's coming in to kind of like activate that within you, but in a way that they're almost mirroring and pointing back to you. Like when I say they're making you feel good, it's almost like the cheerleading part of you to ignite. So it's not that you feel good because of this person, it's like they see like these aspects of you shining and they encourage it more. It's like I'm clapping and then you shine more, and then I'm clapping and you shine more, because I'm encouraging you, those parts of you. And I almost feel that there's aspects of this person's personality that are going to blend into you, and there's aspects of your personality that are going to blend into this person. And I think that's why you meet, because this person's very bold and speaks their mind. I feel like you're going to take on those traits. They're going to be activated within you. Like I see you not wanting to stand up for yourself, and then this person coming in and being like, go on, say that to that person. You should say how you feel to that person, because that's your feelings and you're allowed to have those feelings. You need to say how you feel, you know? And it's almost like, hey, this person has something to say. They almost have you acknowledge these feelings and put them out. And then it's like, see, that wasn't scary. That's what's coming through here. Like they're really going to have you stand up for yourself and activate those parts, because I see you guys really growing in confidence there. Not because of this person, but because it's almost like they're holding space for you to bring these aspects of your personality out. So I think there's a rebirth within you and your person, because I think also I think this person's always moving. They're never really sitting still. And I think that you are going to have this person sit still. You're going to ask questions that maybe this person tries to avoid. That is then going to stir emotions for them to come up and them to maybe work through and them to release through. Maybe things that they might have been avoiding. I feel like you're going to mention that. So I feel like you're going to touch this person in a really deep way. In a way that maybe they'll get more in contact with their intuition, and they'll be more in contact with, you know, more deeper feelings within them. And I think that is something that you're going to stir within them. And I think they're then going to take aspects of your personality on there, you know, really feel and listen to their body, really feel and listen to their emotions, because I feel like you guys are the more watery ones. I feel like they're very fire, action orientated. They feel very fire and air, you feel very water and earth. I think that they're also going to, if you guys have a business or there's something in regards to career, I feel like they're going to help there. Like, it's almost like cheerleading you on, like, yeah, you should do that, make that shift, you should switch that to that job, you should put in to have a promotion, you should ask for a pay rise, you should ask that. So it's almost like they're having you stand in, you know, your truth, really. It's almost like my voice, it's like my voice is my power and I'm speaking my truth in that way. And I think in turn as well, you're having them look really internally and share. This is the thing, like, there's lighter aspects about you that you might not share, like funny aspects, confident aspects, standing up for yourself, that they're going to ignite. But there's parts of them that are really deep that they just don't talk about or bring out because it's just for them, that you're going to activate and have them speak about. So they're going to be more confident to speak about. It could be connected to spirituality. It could be their deeper emotions, but they're things that they'll usually keep surface level and not speak about, and they'll just keep things very light and lighthearted. You're going to bring them to the surface and have them feel more confident speaking and bringing out, which is really, really beautiful. And I'm also thinking as well with the shepherd, like sheep follow each other and they follow the shepherd, but the shepherd is the leader, and I do feel like they have quite like strong leadership tendencies. Leo, like I said, energy Leo, but then also maybe cardinal signs as well, so Cancer, Libra, Capricorn and Aries. That's those are other signs coming through as well, because they lead the pack. They definitely feel like the type to lead the pack. Yeah, so let's pull your oracle card. Like I said, I don't know if this is going to be like a relationship that lasts forever. Only, you know, I feel like time will tell with that. Like I said, you'll either, for some of you guys, I see the purpose of this connection being you'll be with each other for a little while and then you'll evolve into what you both needed to evolve into through each other, and then you'll maybe fall out of alignment in different ways and find somebody else like both of you. But then others of you, and you'll know maybe through intuition, or you'll know when I'm saying it, you'll grow into different versions of yourselves. And when I say different versions, it's more aspects of yourself are sprouting out, and then you grow together. So it may look like by the time that you're growing, you know, in a couple of years time, into like other aspects of you have grown, it could look like you're two different people then, but you're still together because you've grown into, like, you've activated parts of each other and now you're building together and growing even further. But it just looks like two different frequencies because you're both going to be in two different frequencies by the end of it. And then you'll kind of melt into each other and kind of grow with each other in that aspect. So it's going to be different for all of you. Your intuition will know, and if that's being blocked from your intuition, you'll have to see. But especially if you're quite young, it could be a connection that you know, it teaches you a lot about yourself or activates a lot about yourself. You'll usually have a relationship like that, and it doesn't mean that they're not a soulmate. It just could be that they're there for like a season, a period of your growth, and you were both meant to teach each other something. Pile number I keep hearing that song, Relight My Fire, Your Love Is My Only Desire. I keep hearing that. Pile number 4, please, Spirit Guides. We have surrender. At times we must surrender the old before something new can enter our lives. Let go and all will work out. Like I said, there's something you're going to have to surrender, and I think it's your idea of a connection. It's your idea of what a deep connection is. It's how it's going to transpire. You may try and have a strong control over how this relationship is going to be, or what your next relationship is going to be like, and I feel like this person's meant to come in and just bulldoze that idea down and be like, energetically yes, but you've got a lot of constraints here that are attached to fears or trying to control an outcome, and I'm coming through to just have you ignite your emotions and follow that path. And I think you're both really going to grow a lot with each other. This feels like either a catalyst relationship where you both serve as a level of growth for the next phases of each other's lives, or it's a catalyst for you then both to grow with each other, which is really interesting and really beautiful. So pile 4, that is what I have for you guys. I really hope that you enjoyed the reading. Hit the thumbs up and comment down below if you did. I'm sending you guys all of my love, and I hope you have a beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you guys are watching. Thank you guys for watching.